The Big Show with Night and Day for the best milkshakes, thick shakes, and super thick shakes.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest. Our biggest show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
That's right. It is the Hauraki Big Show for Tuesday, the 11th of March, 2025. 2 minutes past 4. I'm Keyzie. You got Pugs over there and old Mogey down there. And, of course, the Hauraki Big Show is brought to you by Night and Day. That was
the one.
That was really good.
Quite possibly.
Package it up.
Yeah.
Send it to the Radio Awards, the Podcast Awards, the Grammys.
The Emmys and the Oscars.
The
and
BAFTAs.
The Golden Globes.
The SAGs.
No, not the SAGs.
Oh.
Don't be silly.
Pugs. Sort it out, man.
Hey, Mogey, how you doing today,
Going
brother?
pretty grouse today, man. Excited. I'm going to a 50th birthday tonight.
On a Tuesday.
A Tuesday. And it's because it's his birthday today, he's having it today.
I like that.
And he's not
Yeah.
sparing the horses. It's all on.
So it's a
for young
proper-
and- It's a proper, tonight's a night. If you got work tomorrow, too bad. Deal with it.
It's funny because if you've got to work tomorrow, everyone is, yes, we all do.
Everybody
It's
does.
a Tuesday.
So everybody's going to be suffering. He works for himself, so I think he's given himself the day off.
Oh, that's nice.
It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'll be getting in and getting out pretty quick, I think.
Well, that's the thing. You're off the booze and off the darts and off any of the fun stuff, really.
No fun stuff. So
So-
get in there, say hello. I'll sing happy birthday.
Nice.
I'll do a lap dance. I'll pash him up in front of his missus, and
Yeah.
then I'll hit the road.
Just the usual.
Hot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. Pug son, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad, man. I was a little bit low energy before, but it's picking back up now that I'm here
Is
with
this,
you fellas.
is this you high energy? Is it?
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Okay, so I'll work on turning it up a little bit more over the course of the
that's
show.
good, that's good.
Fellas.
Nah, it's all G. Pug son, man. You just do you guys. I do feel like
Thanks, man.
Jace, because I'm sitting in his spot.
Yeah.
Pugs is in my spot. And I am like a bit like, why isn't anyone asking me how I'm doing?
Oh, it's because we don't care. And the same
Same as
goes for
Jace.
Jace as
So
well.
true,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Right, so just straight up, you don't care.
Well, that's the thing about me being in your chair is that I don't care how the person sitting in that chair is doing.
Yeah, right.
And so therefore, because you're in that chair, I do not care how you're doing.
There is no urine in this chair.
The
folks.
same.
That is a
the
lie.
same way that you don't care about how Jace is doing when you're in your chair.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, huge show ahead. Of course, another chance to get yourself in the draw for the Texas trip with the Hauraki Breakfast Boys. Keep an ear out. Get ready to call 0800 Hauraki.
Yeah.
If you hear that cue to call. Also, $100 cash if you get through. Some huge breaking news, Mogey, regarding spiders,
Yes.
which I'm not pleased about at all. And, of course, another advice column if you need advice on anything. Email us, meetpattynips69@gmail.com. In the meantime, let's get into the tunes. A bit of Audio Slave.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Ozzy Osbourne there, Mama. I'm coming home on the Hauraki Big Show. 12 minutes past 4 this Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie, Mogey, and old Pug San, Hoodie J back on Monday, which is very exciting.
We've got a text machine. You can hit us up on 3483 like this backbone did. Hey, Mike, that's me, old Mogey. George and I had a yarn with you in Hokitika at Stumpers. Yeah, I remember that. Punishing yarn it was.
Really?
Oh.
It was on Friday. And I was wondering if you could do a quick birthday shout-out for George McClenigan. Today, shout out George, and let him know it's his turn for the yardie next year. Thanks, Teresa. Teresa with a Z.
That's pretty sick.
You don't
That's
see
real
that
West
every day.
Coast stuff.
Yeah, man.
It's good shit.
Backbone.
Happy birthday, George. Good
Yeah,
on you,
happy
Teresa.
birthday, man.
Hey, got some breaking news, fellas.
This is breaking news.
Da-da-doosh. 2 huntsman spiders have been sighted in Napier,
Oh, God.
9 months apart. All right?
Oh, God.
That's in the Pandora suburb, and it suggests that a new species
Pandora?
Huh? It suggests that a new species may be establishing locally, and that is according to an entomologist.
Oh, God.
They're native to Australia, huntsman spiders. They're harmless, apparently, but they are massive bastards.
They give off bad vibes. It's sort of like just another case of Aussies giving us their old rubbish.
100%.
It's got 501 deportees written all over it. This is their problem that they've made, and we have to deal with the consequences of it.
100% Mogey.
Yeah.
You know, it starts off with, your content directors at radio stations are Australian, all of a sudden
That's
huntsman
right.
spiders are coming through.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just all downhill from there. Apparently, they always get through in Napier because of the port.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have better vetting at the port there. We're going to be interviewing these spiders, checking their papers and sending them back to where they
They're
came
not bringing
from.
bananas in, are they?
Better not be.
I'll be fuming.
I'll be fuming. They need to do more fuming to stop them.
Yes, fumigate, and you're absolutely right there, Keyzie. I had some time with huntsman spiders when I was living over in Australia. I couldn't believe it, actually. They are a scary bastard. They're as big as a tarantula.
Yeah.
Huge here,
Yeah.
and they are harmless in the sense that They've got they don't have poison or they can't, they don't carry sidearms or knives or anything like that.
Wow.
But they're scary to look at, and they're hard to trust. Like people say that they won't hurt you, but you don't believe it.
Have you tried to put trust in one before?
Well, I went over there and people had spoken about how they had big spiders over there, but I didn't really believe it. And I was staying with a mate of mine whose nickname was Rambo. This is in Parramatta, and they called him Rambo because he used to go hunting in the back blocks of Lavinia up in the Tararua Ranges, and he'd come out just wearing a sack with a pig on his back a week later. He was an absolute weapon of a human.
Yeah.
And I was staying at his place, and he was going to work. I was doing nothing. He came sprinting out of the shower one morning screaming, and I couldn't quite work out what it was. I eventually got out of him that there was a spider in the bathroom.
Wow.
And it was my opportunity to be the bigger man out of the two of us, which had never happened before. So I went in there. I was like, where's the spider? Where's the spider? And he's like, it's up there. It's up on the ceiling. I eventually find it, and it is as big as your honker, Keyzie. I mean,
That's
it
tiny,
is
Mogey.
massive. It is
That's not even that big, man.
It was absolutely huge. It's terrifying. You've never seen anything like it, and I think it's a bit more common that people have seen it on TV or something now. But then I'd never even heard of these things. They are terrifying.
Well, that's
absolutely terrifying. And the bad thing is, it's going to be us that has to get them. Is your missus going to get them?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And I don't want to, but
It's also worth mentioning they are terrifyingly quick. Like, you think of a tarantula, you think of a big spider, you think of it kind of shuffling along slowly. They are like lightning fast. And apparently, according to this article, they jump.
They jump.
They jump.
They can jump really fast. Actually, I've got some facts about huntsman spiders up next. In the meantime, in order to control the situation, we need people to dob in any sightings of any huntsman spiders. 3483. Have you seen a huntsman spider?
yeah, let us know. Give us a call on 0800 Hauraki as well, or hit us up with our what do you call those
Radio,
things?
the talkback.
yeah.
Talkback. We hardly ever use that, Keyzie.
Well, it's because we can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
In the meantime, an absolute tune from Heart. It's Barracuda on the Hauraki Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It is the Killers on the Hauraki Big Show, 24 minutes past 4 this Tuesday afternoon, and we're chatting the breaking news that a couple of huntsman spiders have been spotted in Napier. They come in through the port, and the issue is now, the two of them were spotted 9 months apart, and people think they're actually breeding and creating a new nest of huntsmans that are going to be living in New Zealand illegally.
So
is the
good.
gestation period for a spider the same as humans? Is it 9 months?
I'm not sure, man. That's a really good
Are
question.
you a shoreman?
No, I'm not a shoreman, is what I just
Because
said.
they need more shoremen there, on the boats to keep the huntsmen out, Keyzie.
Correct,
You
Mike.
should go down there and get a job, man.
It's 3 weeks gestation.
That's not as long, is it?
Nah,
God.
that's at least half the time.
Wow.
Mogey, but we've had plenty of sightings on 3483, which is good because this is how we're going to limit the spread of huntsman spiders, people dobbing in sightings of these huge, horrific beasts.
Can I also say, just to play devil's advocate here, that they don't do any harm, so what's the problem?
Well, they're an invasive species.
Yeah, what does that mean? What's the difference, though?
I don't know, they're a species that invades.
Yeah, I mean, sheep aren't native to New Zealand.
I also hear they eat other spiders and other bugs in their house, and they're pretty harmless, but
Good
they are.
eating.
It is largely that they are scary, that they need to get out.
100%. And spiders already do that. Our little daddy longlegs and stuff already eat other bugs and stuff. They're doing a great job of that. We don't need a giant 30-centimetre long bastard doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And as Mike pointed out, we're going to be the ones that have to deal with it. My wife's not going to deal with it. I'm going to have to. With a wood axe or something.
We've had some text come through here on 3483. I'd rather eat the sheep's bull or straight off the ram himself than encounter a huntsman in any capacity. Loser of the throbber has to adopt a huntsman.
To take home for the weekend.
To take home for the weekend, yeah. How do you feel about that?
Wow, I mean, I'm probably not going to lose anyway. That's something for Jace to deal with.
It's probably what you thought last Friday too.
Actually, speaking of Jace, what about this? This is terrifying. We were at the Napier port and saw a huge huntsman. We tracked it, used the attack dogs to corner it, while we captured it in a huge box. Turns out it was just Jace's downstairs that had peeled itself off his body. We tagged and released it back into the wild.
That is hot.
Apparently, someone's texted through 3483. We've had huntsman spiders in Bulla for a few years now.
Yeah, that was news to me.
Yeah, yet another reason not to go to Bulla.
You don't need more reasons.
Sorry for the drive-by on Bulla there. But any more sightings, please do let us know on 3483. You can get yourself a night and day voucher of the $50 variety. Coming up next on the show, shortly, Listen out for the cue to call 0800 Hauraki. You can win yourself $100 and get yourself in the draw to join the fellas in Texas.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. One small step for man, one giant leap backwards for mankind. Join Jerry, Mania, and ACC head G Lane for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour.
That's right. It is thanks to Export Ultra, another beer garden tour, this time to Oxton,
Texas.
Oxton, Texas. Otherwise known as Austin, Texas. But it's an absolutely brilliant prize. 6 nights accommodation, all your transfers, your taxes, your activities in Houston and travel insurance, etc., all covered, Mogey.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn exciting.
That's bloody exciting. Never been to Texas.
Yeah.
You know, just saying.
Maybe we'll go next year.
Just saying, yeah, maybe next year, Pugs, all right?
Because you've always wanted to go to Texas with their cool hats.
Texas is the number one place I want to go, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
10-gallon hats, Keyzie.
Yeah, I bet.
You know?
Yeah. It's cool stuff. Let's go to the lines and see who got through on 0800 Hauraki. Hello, Sonia. How are you?
Oh, hello, guys. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Hang on, you didn't answer the question. How are you?
I'm fucking great. I've made it. I fucking made it.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get through to you guys for so long.
Yeah.
And I've done it.
Takes a while to get through to us.
It does take a lot to get through.
It does, eh?
And your persistence has paid off, Sonia, because you, my friend, are in the draw to head over to Austin, Texas. How good?
Brilliant. I look forward to having some drinks with you guys when I win.
Yeah. You also got yourself $100 cash, by the way.
Oh, my God, that's even better.
What do you do for a crust, you mad dog?
Oh, thanks for calling me a mad dog. I've always thought myself as a bit of a doggy girl. I work for building BCITO as a learning designer.
Oh, backbone! Well,
Only
you don't work there.
backbone.
You don't work there anymore, Sonia, because you're rich, mate. You can tell them to shove that job now. You're retired. It's official.
Oh, well, I'd like to, but I actually really, really enjoy my job. I love
Yeah. See, we don't have that problem over here at Hauraki. So
Yeah.
as soon as someone comes up and gives me $100, I'm out the door.
Yeah, see you later.
Bloody ripper,
it.
Sonia.
Because you're too cheap, Keyzie. You're too cheap.
Yeah,
you are
maybe.
a cheap son of a bee, actually.
Mogey, come on, man.
Good on you, Sonia.
Thanks, Sonia. We'll just pop you on hold there, mate. You are officially in the draw, which is bloody exciting. Keep an ear out for that cue to call. We might do another one before the end of the show. We might not. We don't know. We've got $100 cash to give away, though. And once again, it is all thanks to our mates at Export Ultra.
She was a character.
Sonia,
Yeah,
she was great.
He was a legend.
you like that?
Wow, she wasn't that great, Pugs.
Oh, sorry.
God, this is a tune. Dream On. Do you like this song, Mogey?
Great question, Keyzie, man.
Who the hell's
I
Keyzie,
do,
man?
actually. I really like the early stuff.
Aerosmith.
When they were really heavily on the heroin. That was my favourite Aerosmith time.
Yeah.
And then they had a renaissance in 1986 when they came back with Aerosmith Pump, by which stage Steven Tyler was already in his mid to late 40s, if you can believe that.
Wow.
But there you go.
Wow, I'm so glad I asked. That was some genuine knowledge of Aerosmith there. It is Dream On the Hauraki Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Getting Keyzied on Sunday morning. It is Faith No More. 46 minutes past 4 o'clock on the Hauraki Big Show with Keyzie, Pugson, and Old Mogey.
And right now it's time for Going Blind with Old Mogey. Got the sting for that there, Pugson?
What's that?
got
Did you
the
ask?
sting for
Did
that,
you ask
man?
Pugs in Studio B? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I think I found it. Blind chat with Old Mogey.
That's it, man. That was really good.
That's
the best one-
You need to thank
that's the
Pugs in
best one
Studio
you've
B.
ever
That's-
done.
That's a different one. That's
Fellas, I'm of an age now. I'm 48.
Wow.
Yeah, it's old, man.
Old
and
Mogey.
I've been blind in one eye as a result of a fireworks incident for 30 years. Now my other eye, under all the stress and the strain and just general age, is starting to fail me. I am pretty blind.
Wow.
And it's just whenever I try and read... it sort of started showing itself maybe 4 months ago when I had to increase the font size on my emails.
oh dear.
I did.
Because what is it? Is it 8 or 10 as a standard? What's the font size?
I feel like looking at it here, I'm guessing it's about a 10.
Yeah, about a 10.
And I must say-
yeah, you go.
I walked past your computer at your other office there,
Oh, yeah.
and I saw the font. I was Mogey's gone up a notch.
Right.
Not too much, though.
On my emails I have.
Yeah.
So I went from 10 and then I went, I think it was a 10. I went to a 13.
Well, my dad's got like a 40 operating.
I went to the 13 and then I was like, yeah, that's better, man. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking,
The next day I was like, it's not enough. Up to a 15. So I'm up to a 15. But now on my phone, there'll be times that I'm looking at it and it is just a blurry mess. I cannot see anything that's going on, and I am squinting through it. You know when you see an old man and he's sort of blinking, he's moving the thing he's trying to read closer and further away.
Yeah.
I'm starting to make those faces, and I don't want to make those faces.
I've seen those exact faces around here, Mogey, oddly enough, in Radio Hauraki.
Hoyte J loves it.
How do you go with a menu at a restaurant at the moment?
Oh, I'm taking your booth. The only place that it raises its head is on my phone.
On
that's
screens.
that's the big issue that I've got, and so I know that I can increase the size of the font on my phone. But I was sitting next to a guy on the plane on the way back from Hokitika on the weekend who had done that, and it's not a good look.
It's a humiliator.
It is a humiliator.
But it shouldn't be, because I have seen, for example, and I'm not doing a drive-by on anyone randomly, but Matt Heath's phone.
Yeah.
You know, he's running size 20 weird fonts and all sorts of stuff, you know?
Right.
So someone will text him, and he looks at his phone at the pub. Everyone can read him say, oh, just at the pub with the boys. You know what I mean? Like, you can see straight over to it.
Yeah.
If you're very...
So it makes you seem dumber.
Yeah, I was reading it in that dumb voice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm at the pub with the boys.
I got big font. Duh.
You could do a pug, son,
What's that?
What's that,
which
man?
is get your phone out and just watch lots of filth.
Yeah.
But then after that, go and buy yourself one of those screens that you put on the front of it so no one can look at it unless you're looking at it straight on.
That's a good idea.
Because that way you don't have to be self-conscious of it.
Well, it doesn't. It's good, but it doesn't really solve the underlying problem or issue that I am going blind.
Ah.
You see what I'm saying? So I kind of need to do something about that. So do I go glasses? Do I go contact lenses?
It's just one eye, right?
It's just I'd save money on contact lenses.
Monocle.
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 Yes, monocle Mogey.
Ah, you beat me to it, you son of a bee.
Old monocle Mogey.
Yeah. Yeah, and so maybe we do something about that and get Jason involved as well, because Jace gets his glasses that he wears from Christmas crackers, as far as I can tell.
That's right. He's got about 10 different pairs. They all cost like $5. None of them really work properly.
No.
My dad does the same thing. He just gets them from a gas station or something. There are places you can go to get the exact glasses that will delay the degradation of your eyes.
Exactly.
So we should look into that.
I guess it's just another thing, but does it have to be a humiliator? Can I get some glasses that make me look like, well, not like pugs, but not humiliating like that?
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, man. Fun little radio fact. If you call into the Hauraki Big Show, and Jace picks up the phone and he reads your name, he's holding his glasses about 3 to 5 kilometres away from his face to look at the contact.
He certainly is.
It's odd. He holds the glasses just off the screen.
Yeah.
Just on that, by the way, if you're at the Hokitika Wild Foods Festival and you know the code word to the Keyzie meat patty raffle, call now on 0800 Hauraki. You get some free meat patties.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That's right, it's the Hauraki Big Show. It's 4 minutes past 5. It's 4 minutes past 5. It's also Tuesday afternoon.
Pissed up.
Huh?
Pissed up.
Mogey.
Keyzie.
Pakistan. It's the Hauraki Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. Sounding good, fellas.
Not as good as before.
Yeah, the other one was real
Yeah,
good.
that was it.
To be fair, if you've just joined us, we did a hell of a Night and Day song at pretty much bang on 4 o'clock. Go back and listen to the podcast. Comes out at 7:30 tonight. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, man.
So
huge,
true.
Huge hour ahead, fellas. Mike Shaplin's coming on. He works at Scott Base.
That's sick.
How good is that?
Well, it's pretty interesting down in Antarctica.
Well, it's interesting that they're looking for people to go down and work there. That's
is.
the interesting part.
So, and they're looking for skilled individuals. So if you're, an engineer or a diesel mechanic or something, a cook, all these things, and you thought, hey, man, why not do a year or two at Scott Base?
You reckon they could use any top radio DJs, man?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're fresh out, Pugson.
Sad boys.
Certainly don't come to Hauraki for that sort of thing. Up next, though, old Mogey wants to learn how to anchor a radio show. That's basically the role that I'm doing, where you sort of come in at the top, you say the time correctly, you say the name of the song that just played.
Yeah.
So we'll do a bit of a how to teach an old Mogey new tricks up next. That's after AC/DC. You shook me all night long. It's the Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Live, selling the drama. It is the Hauraki Big Show, 12 minutes past 5 this Tuesday. What?
Sound the drama.
Selling the drama. I sound steam, but I swear I'm not.
What's going on,
I
man?
think it's because we're about to do a break where Keyzie's going to teach me how to anchor the show.
Yeah, true.
And because of that, he's thinking about anchoring the show, and because he's thinking about it, he's buggering it up.
And he's telling the drama.
Yeah. Oh, anchor the show.
Well, yeah, the thing that you're doing. Not panel, because you're paneling.
I am paneling. Yeah.
Pugs doing the paneling, so
Yeah.
I'll just be doing the anchoring.
So that's right. So the way our show works is you've got the anchor, which is usually Jason Hoyte, who's
Yep.
back on Monday.
That's right.
You've got the bloke operating the panel, which is what Pugsan's doing right now. He's got all the dials and the buttons and the firing
Normally
off.
that's Keyzie.
That's usually me, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got old Mogey,
Yeah.
who's off on the side there. Now,
And now,
today, old Mogey's decided he wants to learn how to anchor, which I think is a great idea.
yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a good skill to have in radio.
I've just got a bad feeling about this show, you know what I mean? And I feel like I need to upskill. I feel like it could end at any time.
You want to
right.
make yourself invaluable.
So I need to be available for weekend work, any of those sorts of shows where I just need to be by myself and do it on my own.
That's right.
So the first step is anchoring, and then it'll be paneling. So I'm coming after your job, Keyzie, and then I'm coming after you, Pugs.
Huh?
The good news is about Pugs' job, he does F-all anyway, so that'll be a real easy one
yeah.
to take. Hey, Pugs.
What's that, man?
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to come out the back of a song, hang out the back of a tune.
Yeah, sure.
On Hauraki, it's usually the Chili's.
Yeah.
So the Chili's...
It can be, I've sort of noticed it's either the Chili Peppers, Tom Petty,
Yep.
or Barracuda.
by heart.
Yeah.
Tune.
There's a really important one you're forgetting there, Mogey.
Green Day.
Guns N' Roses.
Fooey's.
Oh, Fooey's, yeah.
And the Fooey Foos as well. So for this little simulation here, we've got just a real common scenario. You're coming out the back of the Chili Peppers. You say the name of the song that just played. You say the name of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe you hit the text number 3483. You set up a little zinger for old Mogey over there to hit. And then you move into the Foo Fighters, all right?
Okay,
So
good.
do you want me to just show you how to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Pugsan, run the simulation. That is the Chili's on the Hauraki Big Show. It is 15 minutes past 5 this Tuesday afternoon. Don't forget, as always, 3483 is the number to text. If you need anything here on Hauraki, get yourself a $50 night-day voucher. Hey, Mogey.
Absolutely, mate. And God, it's been a hell of a show today. Looking forward to cracking into a bit of TV chat later on. And of course, we've got old mate from Antarctica. It's coming on. One of the most popular radio stations down in Antarctica is Radio Hauraki. Do you know about that, Keyzie?
Well, I didn't know that. Is that
yeah,
true?
True story, man.
Damn. Well, that's a hell of a yarn there from old Mogey. Tick.
We'll get into that shortly, though, eh?
Yeah, what do we got next, Pugs? What's song? The Foo Fighters. It is the Hauraki Big Show and in simulation. That's how that works.
Wow. That's really good. See, people don't even think about what it is that it takes to go into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you want to run the simulation?
Yeah, we'll have a little go.
You just do what I did. I'll come in with
Yeah.
a Mogey zinger.
Yes.
And then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, Mogey Zinger, yeah.
Right.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go. There you go. Once again, it's the red hot Chili Peppers here on Radio Hauraki with Pugsan, Keyzie and me, old Mogey. Remember to flick us a text on 3483 if you've got anything you want us to know here on old Radio Hauraki here with old Keyzie. What have you been up to there, brother?
Yeah, good on you, Mogey. Nothing, man. Nice honker, brother. Are you steamed, man?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah.
This is my Mogey zinger. I mean, we all have different roles to play, but I'm going good, Mogey.
No,
Thanks,
you're doing a great job over there with the zingers, Keyzie, and look forward to hearing some more. In the meantime, a little bit more music. One of my all-time favourites, the Fooey Moi Mois, as I call them, here on Radio Hauraki.
Oh, yeah.
And see your backbone soon. And
So you started really well. No, so you don't want to sing.
Are you meant to sing when that starts?
You started well.
Take all night.
Now, Pugs, just quickly, I think Mike did a great job there until he slipped in the end. You just got to be able to wrap it up.
Right.
You got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to be doing is sitting here doing a 4-minute 30 long yarn.
Yeah.
That isn't really going anywhere, you know? That's the last thing you want to do. But, Pugs, what do you think?
Look, man, I thought it was really good. I really liked the whispering. I thought that was a nice
you
I thought
guys,
that was a
both
bit
of you
different.
guys going, oh, Hauraki there. Both of you guys do that at the end of your sentences. So I thought I'd steal that from you.
Yeah.
I like that. And then I also like the indie from Jace.
Yeah.
So I stole that from him.
Right, well, you can't just
And
go
then
around.
I need to get some glasses so I can hold them out and go. And got a bit of Muse. Supermassive black hole here.
See, that's good. And then you just wrap it off there. You don't go and
But we've got to keep on talking until they start singing. But sometimes you talk all over the singing as well.
Do I?
Is that what you're meant to do?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember ever doing that, Mogey. In fact, that's a huge insult. Oh, is this Muse? Supermassive black hole tune.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Bit of Billy Idol there on the Hauraki Big Show, fellas. White wedding, racist, yes or no? 3483, let me know. In the meantime, we have got a great New Zealander on the line. His name is Mike Shapland. The reason we've got him on is because a certain sector needs help. They need people, they need backbones. Where do you go if you need to reach backbones? You get in touch with Hauraki. We're talking Scott Base in Antarctica. Mike Shapland, first of all, thanks for coming on Hauraki, mate.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good to hear you guys.
Yeah, bloody good. Mike, first of all, you're down there in Scott Base. How much of the year do you spend down there personally?
Oh, I'm sort of pretty lucky. I only go down twice a year for maybe the start of the season, at the end of the season. So, but hey, it's an amazing continent, mate. Amazing.
So you've been going there for so long that you consider yourself lucky to not go there very much.
No, I'm just a new boy. I've only just joined the team recently, but hey, I look forward to going there for a long time.
Yeah, right. And so before we get into what you're after, what is it in terms of the daily life living in Scott Base down there in Antarctica? Is it one of those places where the sun's up constantly or it's constantly dark? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, you are right. So the summer season goes from about September through to March, and that's summer, that's daylight, and then then the sun starts to set, and we go into darkness for the second half of the season.
Right, and when it's just constantly dark, because you can block out sunlight with curtains or an eye mask or something, but when it's constantly dark and you can't get any of that sunshine, I personally find, even if it's just raining a lot, I get in a bit of a mood. Do you get in a hooer of a mood?
Oh, you can do. You need a bit of the old vitamin D to sort of keep your levels up. But yeah, it can be really challenging.
Right.
Because you're stuck inside as well.
Yeah, Keyzie gets really grumpy if he doesn't get his share of D.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, I can imagine there's not a hell of a lot of D down there. In terms of, particularly at that time of year, Mike. No. Yeah.
Mike, I understand you guys are looking for talented backbones, skilled New Zealanders to actually go down to Antarctica and join the force at Scott Base.
Mate, we're looking to really cement our backbone, mate. We're looking for some strong people that can support our team. We run a small city down there, or a small town anyway. So we need all of those things, those functions you need in a small town. We need those people, from engineers through, chefs, through scientists. We need everyone, mate.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm just reading here. It says engineers, tradies, fieldies, cleaners, cooks, mechanics, medics, and other technicians as well.
There you go.
Yeah, and in terms of, like personality types that would do well down there in Scott Base, is it like, do you go for a certain kind of person?
We just need someone that can get on with the wider group. We need, obviously, someone who's a specialist or really good at what they do, but then they also know how to get on because, you got to share a room. You're in a confined space living with, 40 other people, and we can max up to about 100 people. So you need to be work out, how you roll, how you can get on with other people and what gets under your skin.
So you've got some real specialists there in terms of, mechanics and engineers and all those sorts of things. And also, and no disrespect, because it takes a lot of work, cleaners.
Yep. Oh, yeah, mate, you got to, it's all part of that process. We need guys that can generate water for us through our reverse osmosis plant. They can take seawater and turn that into potable, and then you know what happens once everyone drinks it and where that goes. So we need people to clean the other end of the system as well.
Yeah, right. Good. Once again, we're speaking with Mike Shapland from Scott Base, who is in the market for a whole lot of people. We'll be back with more Mike shortly. Of course, it's Hauraki. We can't just yabber on. I have to get into some tunes. How about this one from Metallica, Until It Sleeps, on the Hauraki Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It is the Black Keys on the Hauraki Big Show. Howling for you this Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie, Mogey and Pugs. And also Mike Shapland, who is from Scott Base down there in Antarctica. He's on the phone with us right now, and they are on the lookout for all sorts of backbones down at Scott Base. We're talking engineers, tradies, fielders, cleaners, cooks, mechanics, medics, and technicians. I have heard rumours from mates of mine that were in the Air Force and things like that have gone down to Scott Base before, that there is actually way more of a setup down there, way more of a city setup than people realise. He was saying am I right in saying there's like different restaurants and things like that, or is that incorrect?
Well, I'm not sure if there's different restaurants. You can go over the hill to McMurdo every now and then, but we have some great chefs, mate, who produce some outstanding food, and we try and get fresh rations down to them. So, I went down there for a week and put on a couple of kilos, so you have to be pretty careful. Yeah, right. And are there pubs down there, Mike? Yeah, we do. We have a bar. We've got to keep people occupied. Although we can't, we'd like to work them 24/7. We've actually got to give them some time off. So we have a bar. We have a lot of a library. We do a lot of recreational activities, a bit of skiing, bit of cross-country skiing. And
Has She Had ever come down there and played?
Has who?
She Had.
No, not yet, but we could put them on the agenda.
That's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
You got to have a rock and roll band.
Yeah, She
Well,
Had.
they do have a ice stock, which is Antarctic's equivalent to Woodstock.
Oh,
Do
really?
they?
Ice
Sick.
stock.
Bands down there which play.
How good.
Really? Okay. So is that once a year? Is that a festival? Is it?
Yeah, that's a festival. They have a number of different festivals to fill in the name. So ice stock, they have food festivals. They have a raft of different things to fill in the weekends.
Just on food festivals, Mike Chaplin from Scott Base. Have you ever eaten a penguin, man?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Have you-
I've seen an orca whale eat one though.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Good eating?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Didn't spit it out, though, did he?
Yeah. You don't mess with orca whales, but that's terrifying. Have you ever thought about eating a penguin, Mike?
No, not really. Not really. In my tale, they'd be pretty fatty. I don't know if you've ever read Shackleton's book, but they try to eat penguins and seals, and I think they're pretty fatty, to be quite frank. And I'm not quite sure it'll do for your cholesterol.
Well,
Yeah.
they ended up working their way through the dogs, didn't they? So, yeah, the penguins must have been bad.
Yeah.
Well, and just on that too, Mike Chaplin from down at Scott Base there, when you do hear about, the legends of your Shackletons and that, and even Scott who was down there and went for a walk, was it him that went for a walk and then didn't come back and,
Oates, Captain Oates.
Captain Oates, that's right. When you hear about the way that people were doing these things 100-odd years ago and then you see the setups you got now, you'd be bloody lucky that you're in 2025.
Oh, I tell you, mate, you really got to. I mean, when you have to explain an adventure, you just talk about one of these blokes. I mean, big balls, trying to walk the middle of a continent. Absolutely incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and doing it with dogs and stuff rather than, machines.
Or Massey Ferguson tractors.
Six-wheeled tractor,
As
yeah.
Sir Ed did.
That's still a hard yard doing it in a Massey Ferguson.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Old Ed's a bit of a pioneer as well. I mean, you just got to hold them in a whole new respect once you've actually walked the turf.
I bet.
Bloody Ripper. Once again, that was Mike Chaplin from Scott Base. They are looking for a whole lot of talented backbones, engineers, tradies, fielders, cleaners, cooks, mechanics, medics, and technicians. If you're interested in going down to Scott Base, head to antarcticanz.govt.nz, where you'll find the article there and all the information you need. Applications close in just under a week's time, so get stuck in now. Mike Chaplin, before we let you go, mate, what is sort of the one thing that you'd say to anyone who's umming and ahhing about coming down to Scott Base?
Just do it. I mean, it's an amazing continent, and you'll never regret it.
Bloody
It's an
Ripper.
experience of a lifetime.
Awesome. Mike, thank you very much for joining the Hauraki Big Show.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Cheers, brother.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
David Bowie, fashion on the Hauraki Big Show. It is almost 6 o'clock. Big shout out to Mike Chaplin, by the way, coming on having a yarn about Antarctica. If you missed that yarn, podcast comes out at 7:30 tonight. Check it out. After 6, we are doing What's for Tea New Zealand. So if you'd like to win yourself a $50 night and day voucher, Mike.
I'm so sorry.
Robitussin.
I'm so sorry. I thought I turned the microphone off, but it was on, and I pushed on again and then coughed directly into the
Right.
mic.
So you were trying
So
to.
I didn't turn it off.
Yeah.
I made sure it was on.
Yeah.
And then I coughed.
Right. Well, the main thing is.
That's how you do it.
The main thing is you didn't derail the little voice break there, which is
No,
the
it was
most
good
important
stuff.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that people are going to remember about this ad break,
Is.
about this break, this voice break,
Yeah.
is the admin.
That's right.
So keep it coming.
Actually, speaking of 3483, what are you having for dinner tonight, New Zealand? Send it through. You could get yourself a $50 night and day voucher. Mike.
That was not into the mic.
Oh, wasn't it?
No.
I still heard it, though. Also,
So clearly.
coming up after 6 as well, what's on tally with old Mogey as well. So make sure you stay tuned on Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That's right, it is the Hauraki Big Show for Tuesday, the 11th of March. You do have Keyzie, Mogey and Pugs. And the great news is Hoyte J, who's on holiday right now in Vietnam, he returns this coming Monday, which is very exciting indeed. In the meantime, though, the Big Show is brought to you by Night and Day. I was too fast there, fellas.
It was a team mess up there, kids.
Yeah, thanks, Mogey.
man.
Reflects on all of us.
Yeah,
man.
it's not
That's
good.
all.
Thank you, fellas. Thanks for not letting me just take the heat there. That's
Yeah,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking the heat, have you heard of the podcast outro? Yeah. What is it again?
Were you asking
Look,
Mogey or me?
Whoever.
It's a very, very popular podcast. I don't know why.
I don't know
It
why.
goes really, really well. And there's part of it, there's a couple of parts of it. One part is unique content where we just come in and we run our yaps for as close to 10 minutes as we can muster. As trying to get to 10 minutes, and on the very odd occasion we might go to 11 or 12 minutes if we've just had a sudden burst of energy or a new idea of some description.
Yeah.
But it's very much, what have you been up to today, chat?
But in an entertaining fashion that is must listen.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, what I find as a podcast listener is I just want to have something external playing in my ears at all times.
Just
I don't
babble.
want to sit with my own thoughts.
No.
I don't want to contemplate my existence. I just need banal chatter from any idiot at all times, and that's the gap that this fills for 10 minutes of each day.
For example, here's a clip of complete babble from today's podcast outro.
He just stamps around the house. He's a real heel walker.
My wife is a f***ing heel walker as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice until we took the carpet out and got the old floorboards out.
Right.
In heel walker.
That's not what I said.
That
You
is
did.
exactly what
You
you
did.
said.
Well,
it off.
heel walker.
That is,
Flip it off.
Yeah,
Nah,
that is
don't clip it
exactly
off.
what you
Let's
said. That's the podcast one.
That's where Keyzie came in hot today and just started banging on about his wife being a heel walker.
Hot like my wife, who does stomp around the house. And
Yeah.
I have brought it up.
And what did she say?
She pointed out a million things that I do that are really stupid.
Which is really constructive and a mature way to handle confrontation and
fine.
conversation. And
You
don't
married
mind.
guys all good, man? Holy.
I love my wife a lot, and in fact, I do laugh when she stomps
But.
around. No, there's no
But.
buts. There's no buts. Oh, there's
No
a butt.
but.
There's a good butt.
Oh, dear.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, my one. What tune are we going into here? Oh, that's right. Up next, what's for tea with old Pugs on? Text through on 3483 what you're having for dinner. You can win a $50 night-day voucher. In the meantime, what are we going into here?
Guns.
Roses.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Is, oh dear.
That's great anchoring, man.
November rain. November
still
rain.
got it, man.
No, I just really didn't want to sound steamed again like I was sounding earlier in the show.
And
Right.
by trying so hard, you sounded
I
steamed
sounded
again, which
steamed.
is what steam people try and do, is they try to sound like they're not drunk.
I know, and it just makes me sound even more drunk.
It does.
But hey, I'm Chris. This is the Hauraki Big Show. We've got James and Michael over there, and it's
Yes.
time for this segment. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. A text here from Steve. What's for tea, New Zealand? With me, Keyzie. That's right. What's for tea, New Zealand? With me, Keyzie, where you text through what you're having for dinner on 3483, and in doing so, you go in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher. Here's a great text. This is from Invercargill, fellas.
What?
G'day, fellas. Firing up the slow cooker tonight. Venison stew with kumara and some cheese rolls. Venison stew, kumara, and some
What
cheese
kind of creamer
rolls.
is it? A mash?
Oh, it says here Beauregard.
Oh, who's that from?
That's from Mark. Very Invercargill, isn't it?
Creative.
But would you put the cheese roll into a slow cooker?
I don't think so. I think it's a side of cheese roll. I think what he's done is
Yeah.
he's got the venison stew and the kumara in the slow cooker, and then he's got a cheese roll or something out the freezer, a few of them, and he's going to dip them into
Yeah,
it.
that sounds mean.
Okay,
that
yeah,
sounds mean.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm on board.
G'day, fellas. Teresa here.
Oh, Teresa Green.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa. Texting
Is it
in.
Teresa or Teresa?
Teresa. Penguin. G'day, fellas.
Yeah.
From Mother Teresa. G'day, fellas. Having a boil up tonight.
Oh.
How good.
Pork?
Pork bones, puha, watercress, whanos.
Doughboys?
The whanos coming over as
Got
well.
the doughboys in there?
The doughboys are in there too.
I love a boil up.
Yeah.
The
me
problem with
too.
a boil up is it's probably at its best day 3. But it never makes it that far, or it very rarely makes it that far. I
You're
used to
right.
have a lot of them. Used to have a lot of them over in Australia.
Really?
Weirdly enough, yeah.
I thought that was like a Kiwi.
It is a Kiwi thing, but we lived with a lot of Kiwis. I don't think I spoke to an Australian the entire time I lived there.
And boil ups are so delicious that when you move to Australia, you're like, we've got to have a boil up.
I don't think I'd ever had one in New Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah, but I had dozens over there. Bloody good eating.
That's weird. Hey, this is from Jace.
Oh, Jason Hoyte.
I don't think so.
Is it Jason Hoyte? From The Big Show.
It's Jason Hoyte from The Big Show. He's texting from Hoi An, Vietnam.
Oh,
Sick.
G'day, fellas. Spag bowl for dinner tonight with extra garlic bread.
Yum.
isn't he? I thought he'd have a burger or something. That's a shame.
I mean, I thought he'd have like some
Spaghetti
pork.
bowls. Spaghetti bolognese.
He does go on about a spag bowl being the best in the world, though.
That's
he literally
true, though, yeah.
has said
He's probably
that
proven it
multiple
to the
times.
locals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heaps of
So
cheese.
certainly the best spag bowl in Vietnam.
Yeah. What he's done is he's gone to Vietnam, he's had the local food, doesn't rate it, and instead he's making his own spag bowl.
That's good.
Yeah.
But have you haven't tasted my spag bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that.
It's the best in the world. Do you want one more?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
3 more.
G'day, fellas. Deb's here.
Oh, Deb's Night Out from She-Heart.
Deb's Night Out, a song off a She-Heart album. As texted on 3483.
How good. I'm glad to hear she's doing well.
Yeah, especially after such a big night out. Pan-fried blue cod with lemon butter, smashed taties and coleslaw.
Yeah.
Cooking for the in-laws.
That sounds mean.
I don't know about... I understand a chip with fish. I don't understand a smashed or any kind of other potato, really.
I think she's going too fancy with it. Just go chippies,
Yeah.
go your fish. But once again, she's trying to impress the in-laws, it says here. So that's why she's going smashed and a bit of coleslaw there.
Yeah.
You like coleslaw, eh, Pugs? You love it, eh, man?
I do love coleslaw, yeah.
You gobble it up, eh?
Huh?
Old Pugs.
You're sucking on that slow.
That's a great anchoring into the break, brothers.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Tom Petty running down a dream. Absolute tune on the Hauraki Big Show. And right now it's time for this.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
Oh, yeah, you like that. Yeah, you love that. Old Pugs. So good. What did you watch on telly, old
Last
Mogey?
night I watched Prime Suspect or Target. That thing is on
Target.
Apple.
I
There
think
we
it's
go.
Target.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And it's about a mathematician, and he comes across. He starts doing some work on mathematic formula that is essentially the code to the universe. It'll unlock the code to the universe. Started out, the first couple of episodes were really good, really interesting, and now it sucks.
Really?
Got through we were watching, I think, episode 6 out of 8 last night. Got about halfway through. I said, "Can we turn this off?"
So you're just done with
And my
that?
wife said, "Yes." Garbage.
That's a shame.
Turned into an absolute garbage. Really intriguing, really good. And then they took all the things that were interesting, stopped dealing with any of it, and brought in new stuff that was not good.
Right, okay.
So that's on Apple. Don't watch
I
it.
think originally you gave it like 3.5
Oh, it was
buzzies.
really good.
yeah.
I was really enjoying it.
Drop down to a...
I can't recommend it, so it's a 0.
Oh, my God.
Zero buzzies.
buzzies.
No buzzies. I can't tell anyone to watch it.
Can't have no
If
buzzies.
you're going to recommend something, it needs to have. That would be worthy of a star. I can't recommend it. I wouldn't tell anybody to watch it, so it's 0.
Right. What about my wife?
What would I watch her?
No, I'm not asking you to watch my wife. I'm
Oh.
saying, would you recommend she watch it?
Oh,
Like, is it the kind of show she'd be into?
which
Which is no thriller, no action, no violence.
Eventually, but I think the maths component would be too exciting for her.
Yeah, you might get too wound up before bed. I watched the show. It's basically like Grand Designs, right? But for hotels. Old hotels. And so this couple have bought this old hotel in Italy in a village, and the hotel is part of a village that is like 1,000 years old. The building they've bought...
1,000?
Yep. The building they've bought is probably 400 years old, and they're like, we're going to renovate it. We're going to turn it into a hotel, return it to its former glory.
Nice.
So they start.
Yeah.
And then just like Grand Designs, they're like, oh, we've been working non-stop for 6 months. I feel like we've done nothing. We've got no money left, and the building is still as effed as it was when we started.
That's a dream.
It's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish they'd changed the narrative just once on these shows, but it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Still love it, though.
How does it compare to Grand Designs?
It's not as good
Right.
because Grand Designs focuses on one design that is Grand Pugs.
I see what you're saying.
This one here,
So shouldn't it be
flip-flops.
called Grand Design?
Grand Design is what you're right, Mogey, and I'm going to write a letter to
Yeah,
Kevin
thank
McLeod. This one here flip-flops between 3 different hotels that are under renovation at the same time. So they're also doing a big hall in Wales, like a big ancient house that an old money family would have owned.
Right.
And they've opened up 2 of the rooms in that, while the other 17 is still under renovation. So you're staying in this nice room, and next door there's a dude with a bobcat just like running amok and like making heaps of noise. And I'm just like, why would you stay there? Pug son, what did you watch?
Married at First Sight Australia.
Any
You're
good?
loving it, eh?
I'm back around on it a little bit. Sucked me in just on the character judgment I can do while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And it is about exciting as that, Mogey, as you're yawning while I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
All right. But you do love it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's garbage, but
Hate
it's,
it, but I love it. Yeah.
Oh,
Tune.
Foo Fighters.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
The Police on the Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday. I know, it's great, isn't it, The Police?
Yeah, man.
They're great stinging.
Sending out an SOS, man.
That's what it's called. Hey, fellas, we have a certain email address that is meetpattynips69@gmail.com. It is an email address that anyone can get in touch with at any time. And just to encourage more emails through, because we've had a few, but we're starting to run low a wee bit.
Are we?
We might start dishing out $50 night and day vouchers.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should have been doing that anyway.
We should have been doing that
That's
from the start.
maximum amount of effort anyone can put in, and we're not rewarding them?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
You're
let's do
better
it.
than that, Pugs.
So
What? Don't look at me.
meetpattynips69@gmail.com, and you could feature in this segment.
meetpattynips69@gmail.com. Get in touch with the fellas.
Do get in touch with the fellas, and you can win a $50 night and day
Go on.
voucher.
Yeah, please.
This person is from Anonymous, but it comes in from the USA.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Hey, Flowers. I'm a huge fan of the show.
Oh.
I listen to the podcast every day for the last couple of years. I know very little about New Zealand culture, so I'm trying to learn from your show. Can you please help me out and explain what a backbone is? I originally thought it meant salt of the earth good bastard, but then you've used the term to describe someone who is also a bit of an a-hole. Please clear it up for me. Cheers.
Who was the a-hole, does he
Anonymous.
say?
No, it doesn't say here.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, maybe we called you
Well,
a
it could have been.
backbone or
It could have
something.
been sarcastic.
Yeah.
Oh, what a backbone.
Yeah.
Like,
Could have been like that.
Pugs.
Hang on.
Pogson. Old pissed
Oh,
up Keyzie
Pogson.
over there.
Oh, Pogsan's done something wrong. Oh, what a backbone.
Yeah, what a backbone. Yeah, it could be used sarcastically. But I think the point is, and the reason why we started using it was because farmers had sort of used the term for generations, calling themselves the backbone of the nation.
Backbone of the economy as well.
That's right. And so we sort of thought, well, why do you get to be a backbone? Everybody's a backbone. So you can be on the dole and be a backbone.
Arguably the biggest
The
backbone.
biggest backbones of all. So that's where that one comes from.
But I think if someone...
Did they ask about dedouge? You're good, Keyzie? Have you managed to turn off your microphone?
I was just fiddling around and realised I unplugged my microphone.
This is the most
Keysie's
off the
having a
rails we've
shocker.
been thus
It's
far.
so good.
I couldn't plug it
We're
back
getting
in.
worse. Shouldn't we be getting better?
No, I don't think so. He says here also, hey, what does dedouge mean? And why do you keep yelling out my wife?
Oh, yeah, they're good questions. Pugson, you got any info on that, man?
Why we say dedouge?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pogson. What do you reckon,
Admin
man?
loser.
What do you reckon, man? Why do we say that?
What's that? Why do we say admin loser?
No, dedouge.
I'm still figuring that out for myself. If
The
I'm
problem
honest.
with these catchphrases is they come along out of the blue, man.
They
so
do.
you're stuck with another nickname there.
And then we do them to death.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, dedouge started as like a sound effect of Jace throwing punches at someone.
No, it actually came from my childhood.
Really?
Yeah, my brother used to say it, dedouge.
Really?
Yeah. And so that always used to crack me up. But then I talked to my brother about it. He goes, I don't remember ever saying that.
Is this the brother we've met?
But that's right. Have you met him?
Yeah, at the Big Bender reveal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
that's
right on.
right. Yeah, so
Yeah, good.
dedouge. Yeah, used to say it when we were younger. He can't remember it, but that's where it came from.
Wow, so I'm on the big show and I didn't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You steal all these things off your mates who have come up with catchphrases, and then you just chuck them on a radio show.
And then all of a sudden, people
All of
are
a
like,
sudden,
hey,
old Pugson's a genius.
Hang on.
Old Pogson over there. I hope that helps, Anonymous over in the USA. Thank you very much for listening to us. Spread the good word in the land of the free.
Have they moved here, this guy, or has
no.
he moved here? He just lives in America.
No, I think he just lives over there and he's keen to come over one day.
I
and,
bet he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we going into here, Pugs?
The ads, man.
Good one, Pogson. What a backbone.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Well, that is the big show done and dusted for Tuesday, the 11th of March, with Keyzie, Mogey, and old Pugson. Hey, fellas, what did you learn on today's show?
What did I learn today? It was an interesting day, wasn't it? Maybe I learned something about Antarctica, that they're a very fatty bird, the penguin. And they're not worth eating. And I learnt again that you can't say penguin, you can only say penguin.
Sort of a relearn sort of moment.
A reminder.
I didn't know. I've gone through my whole life until the show thinking that the way I said penguin was fine.
Yeah, right.
But it obviously ruffles a few feathers with you guys.
How good.
Oh, no, it doesn't ruffle them. It's just something I've noticed. And if you think something even slightly out of the norm is going to go through to the keeper on this show, is said or done by anybody in this room or Hoyte J, there's too much content to be gleaned from it, man.
Yeah.
So until the day you die, we'll be talking about this.
Penguin boy. Pugs.
Penguin loser.
Better than loser.
Nah, that's not a. Don't worry, Pogson. That's not a nickname that's going to stick, man.
Stick man.
Can I just say before we go to Pugson, he didn't learn anything about anchoring, even though he did an anchoring class.
I don't think anybody learned anything about anchoring.
Okay. What about you, Pugson? What did you learn?
I learned the gestation period for the huntsman spider establishing itself in Napier there is 3 weeks.
100%.
3 weeks before the huntsmans have babies.
That is
so
great.
Who knows how many are floating around down there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We also got a lot of texts from people saying that they're already in Onehunga, they're already in Bulla. There was multiple texts that came in from people saying that they'd been in their households or in their suburbs for years.
That's probably the thing I learned is people are just being like, nah, there's huntsman's here.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So the biggest spider in Australia is already in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Why didn't I know about that? Now I do, and now you do too, New Zealand. Thank you very much for listening. Of course, we'll be back on air tomorrow, 4 p.m. till 7. Hopefully, Mogey won't be steamed like he is today. If you missed the show, though, and you want to have a listen, it comes out tonight, 7:30, podcast highlights. Just search Hauraki Big Show, wherever you get your podcasts from. Until tomorrow, we'll see you later.